What's up, family? What's up, family? How we feeling? My God. How y'all feeling today? Talk to me. How you feeling? Give me one word. How you feeling today? It's a New Year's 2026. I'm super excited. I got a word for you today. I hope you're ready. How y'all feeling over there? Talk to me. What's up, Facebook family? It's been a minute. IG, what's the deal? How y'all feeling over there? How you feeling this evening? Talk to me. As I get this mic together. Who is that? Hey boy, I don't know who that is. I understand. Good evening. How y'all doing? Yes, I did. How y'all doing this evening? Talk to me. One word. Check in. Okay. This thing gonna have to work like this. We gonna dive right into this thing today. I hope y'all having a phenomenal start to your 2026. I hope you're having an amazing start to your 2026. We getting ready to go in. I got a word for you today. Uh, I got a word for you today. I hope you are excited about it. So we're getting back to going live and getting back to teaching and pouring, if you will, okay? My God. So we're going to talk about what you're birthing is groundbreaking. What you're birthing is groundbreaking. Jay, what's up, my brother? What you are birthing is groundbreaking, and you have been wondering why. This thing has been uncommon. It has been unfamiliar to you. It's been uncomfortable for you. And it's because what you are birthing, what God has inside of you, is bigger, it's greater, it's deeper. And that's why it's taking longer than you may have expected it to. But I got a good word for you today. All right. I got a good word that I think is going to bless your spirit. I believe it's going to push you through your entire 2026, not just this week. It's going to push you through your entire 2026. All right. But I want you to understand this. The length of the process is proportional to the weight of the assignment. Did y'all hear me? The length of the process is proportional to the weight of the assignment. And you may have been wondering why have it's already a few days in a year. And it seems like people are getting that breakthrough already. Some people, they on Instagram talking about the new house and the new business and they signed the lease and they signed the deal. And you are still wondering why I haven't had mine yet. Why my breakthrough haven't came yet. Why has it taken me longer than others? Because I need you to understand that the length of your process is proportional to the weight of your assignment. Your assignment is bigger. Your assignment is heavier. Your assignment is deeper. So understand that tonight is not about motivation. It's about alignment. It's not about motivation. It's about alignment. And some of you are tired. Listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you. Some of you aren't tired. You're pregnant with purpose. There's something inside of you and it is growing. And as it grows, it get a little heavier. So this season doesn't make sense because it's not meant to be familiar. This season doesn't make sense in your life because it's not meant to be familiar. God knows that you're comfortable in one area. He knows that you're used to doing things your way. So he has shaken some things up a little bit. That's why you're saying things aren't making sense already. It's only been a few days into 2026, but yet and still, things seems out of place. Things seems all over the place. That's because what God has for you is not meant to be familiar in the season. Watch this. God never rush what must last. God is not rushing what must last. And see, we're trying to get to the finish line quickly. We're trying to get to the thing fast. We want it to happen right now, instantaneous. But God doesn't rush what is meant to last. The Bible tells us that the race is not given to those who are the strongest, nor those who are the fastest, but to he that endureth to the end. The question is, will you see it through? Will you see it through? You have been walking around, you have been praying, you have been fasting, you have been believing, you've been hoping, you've been working, you've been doing the things necessary, but will you see it through? Because at the end is where things are getting ready to happen in your life. And I'm super excited. But I got a question for you, and I want y'all to think about this as we're getting ready to go through this thing here. What if the delay is actually protection? What if the delay is actually protection? Because if God gave it to you too soon, you probably would have fumbled it. If he would have gave you the keys too soon, you probably would have lost them. You know how that feeling is when you lose your keys and they right there on you? That's the spirit telling you, listen, it is right there on you. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, because what I got for you is so good. So I want to go through a few things that I was able to write down and some things I got brewing. And if anything is connecting with you, show me some love in the chat. All right. If anything, don't be stingy with that good energy. We family here. Don't act like y'all don't know how we do this thing. So I told a few people the other day, and I want to run this back because I think this is going to help you as you're getting ready to go to and from life and life every single day. Comparison distorts calling. Comparison distorts calling. You are not behind. You're just too busy trying to focus on everybody else's movement. You're too busy comparing your promise to somebody else's promise. You're too busy comparing your prepared table to somebody else's prepared table. You can't measure divine timing with human clocks. My God, who is that for? You cannot measure divine timing with your human clock. And what's wrong with a lot of us today is we're so busy trying to measure God's divine timing on our human clock. The Bible say due time, not you time. Due time, not you time. God is not working on your timeline, because at any moment, at any minute, in any second, God can turn that thing around. So I want you to understand that you cannot measure divine timing on your human clock. All right. But watch this real quick. Comparison creates a false urgency. Because what God has birthed in you is so groundbreaking and it hasn't released yet, you start comparing. And then when you start comparing yourself to others, you create a false urgency in your life. You start feeling like everything got to happen now. Well, if you did it for her, you can do it for me. He can, but he doesn't have to. You start comparing your losing seasons to somebody's winning season, and you don't know how many losing seasons they had before that. You're not behind. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else. Because you're going to create a false urgency. And if you create this false urgency in your life, what's going to happen, family, is you're going to start moving too fast. You're going to start saying yes to some things you should have said no to. You're going to start finding yourself in and out of situations you wouldn't normally find yourself into, because you have this false sense of urgency that it got to happen now. Here's another good point for you. Social media shows highlights, not harvest. Don't you miss that. Social media shows highlights, not harvest. You feeling some kind of way off a 30-second Instagram reel. You feeling some kind of way off a 1-minute highlight tape of somebody's event, when God is saying, just trust this process because I got a whole experience for you. Social media only shows highlights. It's a glimpse. It's a piece. It's a part. It's not the full thing versus the harvest that God has for you. For do not get weary for doing the good works. For at an appointed time, you will reap the harvest if you do not quit. What you are getting ready to birth, my God, is so groundbreaking. It's going to take some time. So while you're creating this false urgency, while you're paying attention to the highlights of other people and not realizing that there is a harvest specifically made for you. And I got another point. I want y'all to write this down. I want you to put this in your notes. God's silence is often construction, not absence. God's silence is often construction, not absence. He will never leave us nor forsake us. That's the first thing we need to understand. So when he's not talking to you, that doesn't mean he's not working. He is still constructing the things in your life in the background. He is still making ways out of no ways. He didn't already peeked into your future and shifted some things around. He didn't leave you. He's just building. Do you hear me? It's construction when God is not talking to you. He is still over there working. Don't think, oh, he's not talking to me in this season. Maybe he's not going to answer my prayer. Maybe he's not going to come through. Maybe he's not going to do the thing I know he can do in my life. But God's silence is often construction, it's not absence. But what you're birthing is so groundbreaking. It's so big. It's so heavy. You got to let that thing marinate. So can I ask y'all a question? Because I want y'all to talk to me. And first off, thank y'all for tapping in. I really appreciate y'all. My first live of the year. I'm super excited. Get used to me coming back, pouring and teaching, because I'm getting ready to pour everything I have this year. But can I ask you a question? Who are you racing against? Who are you racing against? Anybody courageous enough to put it in the chat? Who are you racing against? Is it someone in the family? Is it a friend? Is it a goal, a role model? Who are you racing against? TJ, what's up, good brother? Who are you racing against? Because sometimes we find ourselves chasing and racing after things that's never been meant to go into the race that God has for us anyway. Because what God has for you is going to take a little bit longer. And it reminds me of, my God, it reminds me of the analogy and a story of the elephant and a lion. The elephant and the lion both got pregnant at the same time. A year later, the lioness, she birthed her babies. And the elephant was still pregnant. Another year after that, the second year, the lioness came back around and got pregnant again. And she birthed some more babies. And the elephant was still pregnant. Year 3, the lioness came back around again and got pregnant one more time. And she birthed her babies. And the lioness walked up to the elephant and said, it's interesting that I've been able to give birth 3 times, and yet you are still pregnant. What is wrong with you? And the elephant responded. She said, that's because with what I'm getting ready to birth is bigger than the normal size baby. It's stronger than the normal size baby. What I'm getting ready to birth is going to be so groundbreaking that when it hit the ground, things are going to shake. When my baby come up out of me, it's going to start moving immediately, because soon as that elephant hits the ground, the first thing it does is it get up on its feet and it start walking and it start moving. And here's what I am coming to tell you all today, that what God is getting ready to birth inside of you, it's so groundbreaking, it's going to shake up the world. And here you are with this false sense of urgency, with this comparison of what other people are doing and what other people are having. And God is saying, just let me work this thing a little bit longer. Just let me do what I'm supposed to do. I don't have to talk. I'm constructing it so that it can continue to land on good soil, so that it can grow 30, 60, and 100-fold over. Whoever that is for in this season, I'm telling you now that God is about to hit your life with something so big that it's going to shift the lineage of your family. It's going to change the trajectory of your last name. It's going to have people looking at you differently. The descendants of you are going to get treated differently because of what God has birthed inside of you. But I want you to be careful with a couple of things, because both the elephant and the lioness, they both give birth. But what they birth is not the same size, the same strength, or the same lifespan. Be careful if you are asking God for somebody else's birthday. Be careful, because the lion births quickly, powerful, but short maturation. The elephant carries longer, but what the elephant births is a couple things. The elephant births something that has weight. The elephant births something that has memory. The elephant births something that has impact. I need you to understand that all three of these things, weight, memory, and impact, they impact and alter any ecosystem. You are so excited to move and so excited to get to a place. And God is saying, I am preparing you for what I am birthing you for. Because when you birth this thing up out of you, it's going to have some weight to it. It's going to be bigger than the others. My God. And you up here wondering, why me, God? Why is it taking so long? Because it's growing at a different pace. It's going to have some memory. The elephant, as soon as it drops, it starts to get up and walk. It never walked before. Oh my God. But it can trace the memory of its mother's steps. And that pattern in its head, as soon as it drops, the moment it hits the ground, it get up and it does what it remembers. When you drop the business, when you drop the book, when you release the podcast, whatever it is you're getting ready to birth, it's going to have some memory to move at a pace that most people won't. Get ready. Get ready. And then it has impact. You ever been in a space where you said, I'm not qualified, but for some reason, I'm impacting at a faster rate. I don't have all the letters and the degrees behind my name, but for some reason, people want to hear me speak. People want to see me in a space. That's what God is getting ready to birth for you. So if it's taking longer, it's because what you're carrying is heavier, not because God forgot about you. If it's taking you longer, it's because what you are carrying is heavier, not because of that God forgot about you. And I need some of us to get into this space to where we are saying, you know what, God, I trust you. I trust what you're doing. I respect what you're doing. I submit to what you're doing in my life. Because what if the timeline is longer? Because the impact is larger. My God. What if the timeline is longer? Because the impact is larger. And some of us are missing out on something large because we want it to happen so fast. So your timeline is longer because your impact will be larger. That's a word for you today. That's a word for you today. And as God is getting ready to birth this thing, I've been feeling this message in my spirit all week. I want to give you all this because the Spirit gave me this, and I pray that this help you and it put you in a space that's going to shift some things in you this week. Pressure is not punishment; it's confirmation. Come on, you got to feel that thing. Pressure is not punishment; it's confirmation. No pressure, no push. What God is getting ready to birth inside of you, listen to what I'm telling you. The pressure of how it's going to make you feel, it's not punishment. It's confirmation. Because labor pains, for all my mothers in the group, I'm sure y'all can agree with me. Labor pains doesn't mean that something is wrong. It means that something is coming. My God, who am I talking to? Labor pains don't mean that something is wrong. It means that something is coming. Get ready. Because what's inside of you is growing. It starting to kick. It's starting to move. You're starting to get uncomfortable. It's getting ready to say, I'm almost here. So the pain, my God, you got to know something is coming. I want you to tell yourself every day that you wake up, every day that you get out here and you put your best foot forward, something is coming because I can feel something moving on the inside of me. Labor pains, it don't mean something is wrong with me. I know you already got it first. And I'm clapping for you. I know you got the degree first. I know you got the promotion first. I know you got the thing. Shout out to you. You got the D's first. And I see the new cars, my God, and I'm happy for you. But I want you to know that the pain that I am going through don't mean something is wrong. The delay God has over my life doesn't mean something is wrong. That means I got something big coming, my God. Oh, Jesus. And I also need y'all to understand that the enemy don't attack empty wounds. The enemy doesn't attack empty wounds. You wondering why? The enemy seemed to have been playing his biggest attacks over your life, and it's only been a few days in the new year. You wondering why the enemy has come up against you in ways that doesn't make sense. You wonder why there's lying and rumors, and you wonder why there's things that doesn't make sense from the enemy because it doesn't attack empty wounds. It's something in you that you're getting ready to birth that is so big. The Bible tells us that he prepares a table in front of our enemies. Can you only imagine for a second what's on your table? Can you in your mind imagine what's on your table, that prepared table? The enemy sees steak on your table, my God. The enemy see a 5-star meal on your table. The enemy see your best dish on your table. The enemy had to sit and watch God prepare everything that he said for you. The promise is on the table. And the enemy is mad. Oh my God. That's why the enemy is trying to get you to get off track. That's why the enemy is trying to attack your name and attack your character and attack your labor and make you feel like you're not worthy and you're not good enough, because the enemy saw God prepare your table. Everything that he said that is coming to you is on the table. Every relationship that you need is on the table. Every increase in promotion that you need is on the table. And the enemy had to sit and watch. That's how good of a God we serve. He prepared the table in front of your enemy. The enemy know you will win. So he's just trying to distract you. You haven't gave birth to the vision yet. You haven't released the book yet. You haven't released the podcast yet. Everybody's doing podcasts now. You missed the mark. Who am I talking to? You're not going to get out here and put yourself out here because it's starting to get you're too old to do this. That time has passed. That trend is gone. You're too old. You're too late. This is what the enemy is trying to tell us. Because the enemy had to sit and watch God prepare your table. My God. That thing inside of you, yeah, it's bothering you because it's dying. That's what the enemy is trying to get you to see. But what you're getting ready to birth is so groundbreaking that the world is going to have to conform to it. The world is going to have to pay attention to what God has birthed inside of you. It won't be the other way around. Jesus. Can I give y'all something else? Can I give you, this is why you got to continue to keep moving. This is why you got to continue to keep letting that thing birth. Here's why. Because resistance often shows up right before release. Oh my God, who am I talking to? Resistance often shows up right before release. You at the home stretch. You at the home stretch. Don't you give up. You on the last leg. Don't you quit. Resistance often show up right before release. My God. I need you to understand and ask yourself. Restart it. I need you to ask yourself, when will, what will, who can? No one is greater than God. No one can stop what he's doing in your life. So that resistance that you are feeling is right. It's only because release is on the way. That's a reason for you to be excited. Well, that's a reason for you to be excited. What if the pressure is just evidence that you're close? What if the pressure is only evidence that you're close? So instead of asking, why is this hard? I want you to start asking, what is this preparing me for? Instead of asking, why is this hard? I want you to ask, what is this preparing me for? Because God, I'm in a space where things don't make sense. I'm in a space where it's uncommon. I'm in a space where I'm uncomfortable. I'm in a space where I got some questions and I don't want to ask God, why is this hard? I have to start asking, what are you preparing me for, God? What season am I getting ready to walk in? What rooms am I getting ready to walk in? What doors am I going to knock down? What walls do I have to bring down? What relationships am I going toward? So what are you preparing me for in this season? It's extremely necessary. It's extremely necessary. No pressure, no push. Labor pains doesn't mean something is wrong. It means that something is coming. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready for what God is getting ready to do in your life? Have you prayed about it first? Because after you pray, then you need to prepare. After you prepare, then you need to position. After you position yourself, then you need to pursue. And then after you pursue, and while you're pursuing, you need to praise. Listen, I'm going to say that again because I want you to get this thing here. First, you have to pray. Petition unto God with expectancy in your hearts. Go to the throne boldly. Lay your burdens at his feet. His burden is like his yoke is easy. Pray knowing that he can and he will on his timing. Pray first. After you pray, you got to prepare yourself. Because to my moms over here, what happened when you get pregnant, you start preparing different. You walk different, you talk different, you move different, you dress different. Because when you pray for something, you got to prepare for it differently. So if you are serious about who you're trying to become, if you are serious about getting to the next level of your life, you got to start preparing different. God told me, he said, Keyon, in this season of your life, you can no longer wing it. I know you got a gift. I know you got a talent. I know you are extremely skilled. And the problem is, Keyon, you are so skilled that you've gotten a little too comfortable. So in this season of your life, you can no longer wing it for the rest of your life. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? I prayed first. Now I'm preparing differently because I'm expecting differently. I serve a God that can do it anything above, exceedingly and abundantly above everything I can think or ask for. But I got to start preparing for what it is that I know God can do. And then after the preparation, you got to put yourself in position. There's no point of you praying, then preparing on the inside, just to stay on the inside. You got to start positioning yourself for the blessing, positioning yourself for the breakthrough, positioning yourself for the relationship. You got to get in position for things to happen. I told some people earlier today, what's the first thing you have to do to win a race? The first thing you have to do to win a race. And they gave me responses. Some said training. Some said you have to prepare. Some said you have to lift weights. Some said you have to drink water. Some said you have to do all of these things. And I said, none of those things are true, although you need all those things. But the first thing you have to do is you have to line up. My God. You have to put yourself in position to even start the race. My challenge to you is that God see you've been praying. He even see that you've been preparing. The question is, will you put yourself in position for the things that is coming your way? Will you get out here? I know it's uncomfortable. Walk in the rooms where you don't know nobody and speak confidently and boldly. I know it may look and feel crazy, but it's unfamiliar. Because what God has birthed in you, you never gave birth to this before. What God is doing in your life, he's never done this before. This is a new thing that's sprouting up in your life. This is a new thing that is sprouting up in your life. So you have to get yourself in position. And once you get in position, then you have to pursue. Then you have to pursue. Because it makes no sense for you to do all that praying. It makes no sense for you to do all that preparing. It makes no sense for you to do all that positioning if you never take off. The Bible tells us that faith without works is dead. It's good that you have faith. It's good that you're praying. It's good that you're believing. But if you don't do the work, my God, things won't come to pass. You got to go after that thing. Seek first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness. And then all these things will be added unto you. Seek first. In order to seek, you got to pursue. I need you to go after that thing you know God told you is yours. I need you to act like you're more than a conqueror. I need you to act like you are the head and not the tail. I need you to act like he said the meek shall inherit the earth. I want you to pursue this thing called life differently in 2026. The words are cute. Affirmations are cute, but they don't have power if you don't do work. Because if you want today to be the best day of your life, you got to move like it's the best day of your life. You got to walk and talk like it's the best day of your life. You got to have thoughts like it's the best day of your life. You got to have action. So after you pray, my God, after you prepare yourself, after you get in position, and after you start pursuing, I want you to start praising your way through it, my God, as if it is already done. Because we serve a God that said, when it is written, no man, no army, no enemy can stop what God is doing in your life. If your name is on it, it is already yours. No job, no supervisor, no opportunity, no boss, nobody can take away what God has for you. So I want you to praise your way through it. Don't wait till you get it to praise. Praise your way through it every step that I take. God, you are so amazing. God, I thank you for who you are. God, I thank you for what you're doing in my life. God, I thank you for what's in the future that I don't know. God, I thank you for the protection. God, I thank you for the rejection. God, I thank you for the separation. God, I thank you for the transformation. I thank you for restoration. I thank you for redemption. You got to praise your way through this thing. I'm telling you, if you are seriously getting ready to move in a different way, if you are really expecting that what God is birthing on the inside of you is groundbreaking, I'm challenging you to pray differently, to prepare differently, to position differently, to pursue differently, and to praise differently. My God. Can I keep going? Can I keep going? I got some more for you. Because the Spirit been giving me things all week. The Spirit been giving me things all week. Oh my God. Listen to me. I want everybody on this call. I want everybody on this call to take heed to what I'm getting ready to say. Because this is directly from the Spirit. Take heed to exactly what I'm about to say to you. Stop apologizing for the process. Stop apologizing for the process. Well, I'm sorry it's taking me longer. Well, I'm sorry I'm not there yet. Well, I'm sorry I don't have it all together right now. Stop apologizing for the process. You don't owe anyone a rush version of your calling, my God. You don't owe anyone a rush version of your calling, my God. Who am I talking to? I know your parents want you to get there sooner. I know there's people who are saying you should have got there last year. You should have done it 3 years ago. You should have been here 10 years ago. But you don't owe anyone a rush version of your calling. Stop apologizing for your process. Because it's easy to throw something in the microwave for 2 minutes. But oh my God, I remember when I was a kid. And I vividly remember this. This is good. I remember we went to the grocery store and my mom got roast. And I love roast. I still love it to this day. My mom got roast and I got excited because it's one of my favorite meals. And I'll never forget I'll never forget the very first time she bought the roast. And she came home and she got the kitchen together. She cleaned it up real nice. My mom, before she cooked, she cleaned up. My God, that's a whole word within itself. Before you start cooking, clean up your house. But I'm gonna keep going because that ain't what I'm here for. So, oh my God, she cleaned up the kitchen real good. She prepared the roast. I mean, she prepared it well. She put it in the pressure cooker. She put it she marinated that thing. She seasoned it perfect. You can smell the aroma. And she would call us to the table. Oh my gosh, she would call us to the table. And while we're hungry, we're getting ready to eat. And she will bring out some hot dogs and French fries. And I was so mad and so angry because I couldn't understand, why do I have hot dogs and French fries on my plate when you went and bought roast? My God. And she said, Keyon, you're angry at me because I didn't give you what takes time for me to cook. The roast has to marinate overnight. I am preparing some things. And it's going to take a little bit longer because I want it to be just right for you. I want what I am birthing to be so groundbreaking that when it hit this world, it's going to shake some things up. But we cannot rush this process. Stop apologizing for your process. Stop rushing to give people a version, the healed version of your calling, the complete version of your calling. Some people only understand Lions timelines. Quick, fast. Elephant's assignments, they require solitude, silence, and separation. I know you are wondering why everybody can't go. You are wondering why things got a little shaky. You are wondering why separation took place, because the assignment that you have, the birthing, to my moms who've been pregnant before, you understand that one thing that probably irritates you is when everybody walk up to you and want to put their hands on what you're getting ready to birth. Everybody can't touch you. Everybody can't. When is it coming? On God's time. When is it due? When God say it. Because the assignment God has for you requires solitude. There's times where you have to get to yourself. My God. There's times where you have to get by yourself. And some of us right there, I'm staying right there for a second, because I want that thing to sit with you, because some of y'all are afraid to be alone. Some of us are afraid to get by ourselves. Some of us are afraid to get in that dark room by ourselves. We don't know what it's like to be by ourselves. That's why you long so much and you yearn so much for somebody else, for something else. When God is saying, if I can get you in solitude, I can speak to you in a different way. I can tell you some things if it's just me and you. And that's not just for you. I want y'all to understand, Jesus, before he went to bear his cross, he went to the garden. And Jesus did what we would normally do. When you're getting ready to do something huge, when you're getting ready to do something you've never done before, my God, you're going to take the people closest to you. You're going to tell the people closest to you to come with me, because I'm going on a journey that I've never been on before. Jesus did it. He took all 11 of the disciples with him. But then he got to a certain point on that journey where he told the 8, stay right here. And then he took the other 3. My God, come on. Because see, it's cool to have everybody watching you when you're starting. But it gets to a point of your journey where only a few people can see some vulnerability of you. My God. Jesus took his 3. He took the ones that was closest to him and said, hey, I need y'all to walk with me a little bit further ahead. That's normal. That's natural. And as they went forward, my God, Jesus got vulnerable with them. Jesus got vulnerable with his 3. He told them about the sorrow he was feeling because he was going to bear his cross. But then after he mentioned his sorrow, he said, stay right here. I got to continue to go by myself. Oh my God, the assignment that you have requires solitude. I know you want to take your best friend. I know you want to take your day one. I know you want to take your parents with you. I know you want to take your family with you. But there's going to be a point in your life. There's going to be a point in your journey that at some point you got to walk this thing on your own. You got to take one step after the other and go to God by yourself so that God can download some things into you. And even in the midst of his greatest sorrow, he uttered the words, not my will, but yours. So the assignment that you are on, are you still in your solitude saying, God, not my will, but yours? My pastor talked about it today, about being silent. Stop complaining about God's construction, my God. Stop complaining about God's construction in your life. I know it's noisy. They're drilling. I hear you, Spirit. I know it's noisy. They putting down wood. They banging things together. They laying dry wood. They putting bricks together. I know it's hard right now. But this is how you build a foundation, because if you build a weak foundation, no matter how high it goes, at some point it will fall over. Stop complaining about God's construction and have some silence in what you're going through. And then this assignment, because what you're birthing is so groundbreaking, it's going to require some separation. Jesus. It's going to require some separation. Because when you're getting ready to birth something, you walk a little slower. You don't move at the same pace that you would normally move on. You don't pay attention to that. The rate of things slow down a little bit. when you start getting serious, there's going to be some separations. People are going to start questioning why it's taking so long. People are going to start questioning why you haven't made it there yet. You said you was going to start this thing. Why haven't you started yet? You said you was going to build this thing. Why haven't you built it yet? People are going to have some negative things to say about you because of the path that you're walking on. Separation is necessary on this journey. There are times where you are going to have to separate yourself from some people, some places, and some things for where you're getting ready to go. And can I hit y'all with this? You will look misunderstood before you look undeniable. My God. You will look misunderstood before you look undeniable. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? There are going to be plenty of people that's going to misunderstand what God is doing in your life. But when it's done, it's going to be undeniable. My God. I remember when I said, I told my friends, I told some of them, hey, I'm getting ready to change my entire life. I'm getting ready to shift and change the trajectory on where I've been going because I don't like what I've been seeing. And I'm going to do things I never done before. And they just couldn't understand why. Some of them laughed. I'm going to be honest. We're no longer cool. Some of them said I can never be. We're no longer cool. Some of them just was like, Keyon, that's not in you to be this positive guy you putting out here. You will look misunderstood, but now them same people with them comments have come back over the years and told me how proud of me they are and told me that they couldn't believe these things happen because I serve a God that is greater than my circumstance. You are getting ready to birth something that's so groundbreaking. But I need y'all to understand two things. Number one, everybody doesn't get access to the pregnancy. But everyone doesn't get updates on the promise. My God, who am I talking to? Listen, everyone doesn't get access to the pregnancy, to the birthing, what God has in you. Everybody don't get access to that. But everybody don't get updates on the promise. Stop reporting to those that has no value on who you're becoming, on what you're birthing. Stop feeling like I got to call and tell everybody my business because God got some things for you. Some of us right now, we're waiting on our breakthrough. We are waiting on our breakthrough. And I want to give you this. You can never have a breakthrough without going through something. You can never have a breakthrough without going through. Literally, figuratively, spiritually. You cannot, oh my God, I need y'all to catch what I'm saying to you. You can never have a breakthrough without going through something. You sitting up here wondering why the storm is all over your life. God, it's only been 3 weeks in the new year. Why is this storm happening now? The storm ain't the problem. Stopping is. You will never have a breakthrough if you don't go through nothing. Embrace your scars. Embrace the hardships. Embrace the trials and tribulations. What you are going through, you will get through if you just keep moving, if you just keep trusting, if you just keep believing God. I got 2 more things I want to give you before I get off of here. I got 2 more things I want to give y'all. What you are birthing is so groundbreaking. What you are birthing is so groundbreaking. And here's what you need to do. You need to steward the pregnancy. My God. You need to steward the pregnancy. What you carry grows based on how you steward it. I got any plant lovers in here? I remember I had a friend, she gave me her plant because she was moving out of the city. And she had nowhere to take the plant. She had nowhere to drop it off. And I'm like, hey, listen, the plant is dope. I take it. Sure, it looked good for my aesthetics in my place. It looked good for my aesthetics. I'll take the plant. I had no knowledge of how to raise plants. I had no experience on how to raise plants. I actually had no interest in the plant growing. I just thought it was going to sit there and look good. My God. And about 2 weeks later, the plant died. And when she called me and said, hey, how's the plant looking? I had to bear the bad news. The thing that was once living, that you took care of, that you raised, that you stewarded well, it's now gone. And if we can be honest, some of us are right in that space. We're asking God for more. And he's like, you're not stewarding what I already gave you. You got to be careful in what you're getting ready to produce. You have to move and protect this thing differently on what's on the inside. Everybody can't hear your most intrinsic. Oh, excuse me. Everybody can't hear your most intimate thoughts. Everybody don't need to know exactly what's going on. How well are you going to steward the thing that God has birthed inside of you before it come out of you? Are you preparing and positioning yourself well? You got to move different when you know what you're birthing. You got to eat different when you know what you're birthing. You got to protect different when you know what you're birthing. You got to talk different when you know what you're birthing. I'm no longer here trying to look cool, trying to sound cool, because I'm on assignment. And the assignment is greater than all the other things that no longer holds value in my life. So I'm stewarding this well. I'm not playing with the gift God has for me. I'm no longer just here to look good and sound good on stages. I realize that I have the power and position to change lives and win souls. I can't sit here and play with this no more. No matter how gifted and how talented I am, I can no longer wing it this way in this season. So watch this. Here's what I want y'all to get. What you consume matters when you're getting ready to birth something. Who you listen to matters when you're getting ready to birth something. Because some of us you can tell. Have you ever told somebody your crazy idea and it scared them? Have you ever told, oh my God, I'm not the only one. Have you ever told somebody your crazy idea and it scared them and they start, man, you can't do that. What makes you think you can do that? That don't even make sense. You aren't in no position to build this. How you gonna get 100-unit building and you don't even have a building? How you gonna build an ark when it's been a drought for the last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? We've never seen rain before. How are you gonna build an ark? What are you getting prepared for? Who you listen to matters when you're getting ready to birth something good. What environment you stay in matters. I'm no longer interested in being around people who don't treat me like who I know I am. I'm no longer interested in being around folks who don't value me as the king that I am, who don't speak to God about me, who don't say Keyon is one of them ones. Keyon is someone we need to push forward and we need to protect and we need to be around. I don't want to be around people that don't have an environment that's conducive to my growth. Because when you come around me, I'm going to pour life into you. I'm going to speak life into you. I'm going to let you know that you are more than a conqueror. You can do whatever you put your mind to as long as it aligns with God's will. What you consume matter. Because what you consume, you eventually will produce. What you consume, you will eventually produce. Be careful what you're consuming. And I'm not just talking about what you're eating, what you're listening to, what you're watching at home. What you consume, you will literally produce. My God. What do you need to change to protect what you're carrying? And the last thing I got for y'all this evening. My God. Here's what God told me to end with for y'all today. Because what you are birthing is groundbreaking. And it's uncommon. It's unfamiliar. It's uncomfortable. Here's the word I got for you, and I want you to take this with you through the rest of 2026. Don't envy fast births if you're called to birth foundations. My God. Don't envy fast births if you're called to birth foundations. What God has on the inside of you is going to last through generations. It's not going to happen fast. It's not going to be a quick turnover. The next generations are, oh my God. The next generations are getting ready to stand on your shoulders because of what God is birthing on the inside of you. Your kids are going to benefit from the thing that God is getting ready to birth inside of you. Don't you envy it because it's happening faster for other people. Because what God is getting ready to birth in you is going to be so tall, so strong. It's going to last long. It's going to last through the next pandemic. My God, I hear you, Lord. It's going to make it through the next recession. It's going to make it through the next president. It's going to make it when the world's saying that it can't make it, I promise you. Don't you envy fast births if you're called to birth foundations. And I ran from my calling for 16 years because I didn't believe that what God could birth in me could heal nations. I didn't believe what God birthed in me could win souls. I'm unworthy. I'm too dirty. I come from the hood. My place has been forgotten. We've been overlooked. Nobody is coming out of where I come from to do this work that you said you had over my life. So I always felt like I was wasting time. I felt like I showed up late. But God. But God, do y'all hear what I'm telling you? He has birthed something in me, and it is shaking up worlds. It is shaking up nations. It is changing the trajectory of people's lives. It's healing people. It's saving people. It's doing a new thing, and I'm extremely grateful. And I'm no longer envying a fast birth. I'm glad that he's doing it for you quickly. I'm glad that he's giving you the deeds. I'm glad that he gave you the business. I'm glad your podcast is working. I'm glad for your promotion and your increase. But these last 10 years, God had me carrying something so big. So hear me when I say get ready. If you thought I was dope last year, you go, oh, I got so much more in store. If you thought I was powerful last year, get ready. I got more power in me. If you thought my year last year was phenomenal, watch what God is going to do this year. Because I can never lose. I gave God my yes. And I want you to understand that what you are birthed in is so groundbreaking. Protect it. Carry it. Consume things differently. Move differently. Talk differently. Because when that thing come up out of you, it's going to happen at God's speed. It's going to happen at God's speed. There's going to be people who say, how did this happen right in front of us and we missed it? How did he do this? How did she do this? The whole time, God was maturing that thing. Speaking to that thing. The Bible say that before you entered the womb, God already knew you. Before he birthed the ideal in you, he already knew it was coming to you, my God. There's honor in that. There's honor in that. Before he even birthed the idea in you, he said, I'm giving that to you. I know nobody in your lineage ever did this. I understand. You don't have a blueprint to do what you're getting ready to build. I know. But trust and believe that what you are birthing is so groundbreaking. My God. Steward it. Love on it. Talk to it. Speak life into the thing God has birthed you in you. Believe like you never believed before. Move like you never moved before. Show up like you never shown up before. Get ready. Get ready. 2026 is about to be a completely different space. Listen, if this spoke to you, can you type "I'm carrying it" in the comments for me? If it spoke to you, can you type "I'm carrying it"? Come on, I want a little feedback. I'm done. I'm done. If it spoke to you, I want you to just type "I'm carrying it." It is time for you to start realizing that what you are carrying holds weight. It holds power. The world got to get ready. The world got to get ready. But before the world can get ready, you better get ready. Before, oh my God, I'm trying to let this thing go. Before the world can receive, you got to conceive. Oh my God, I hear you, Holy Spirit. Before the world can receive, you got to conceive. And what God is getting ready to birth inside of you, oh, it's so powerful. It's pressure. Keep pushing. It's pressure. Keep living. It's pressure. Keep believing. Pressure is the very thing that makes diamonds, the thing that shines like nothing else. Pressure does that. My God, get ready to shine. Get ready to shine. Get ready to shine, my God. Listen, if this inspired you in any way, if this helped you in any way, for the next 21 days, the next 21 days, we are on calls every day, 6 a.m. in the morning. It's a free challenge. You don't have to pay 1 cent. The link is in my bio. It's called the Just Start Challenge. It's time for you to start moving. It's time for you to start preparing. It's time for you to start becoming. You can go in my link, my bio right now and sign up. I will make sure you get the link the first thing in the morning. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And I got some of my folks on the call. They would attest that it is a call that will change your life. If this helped you in any way, if you need a word daily, if you need some inspiration, if you need some education, if you need a push daily, it's totally free. All you have to do for my Facebook followers is on my last post. The link is in. It's totally free. I want to help you. I want to help you through this season. You deserve the best this world has to offer. But it's time for you to give the best that you have to offer. Because what you are birthing is so groundbreaking. Steward it well. Get ready. Thank y'all so much for your time. Thank y'all for tapping in with me. I'm extremely grateful. I'm back. I'm back. I took a year off, but I am back. Get ready. I will be doing more series. I will be doing more lives. It's time to pour. It's time to teach. I am back. I am fully healed and restored. My God. Thank God for restoration and redemption. But I am coming back. And when I tell y'all, I am coming back stronger, smarter, wiser, more energetic, more powerful than ever. So I hope you're ready. And I hope to see y'all tomorrow at 6 a.m. on our calls. Thank y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Have a phenomenal Sunday. Y'all have a great day. Peace.